And we are back, ready for another game of the new Clue game on Steam. Got a 5-player setup this time. The Noir Mansion setting. So let's see. So having 5 players is always kind of awkward. That means we're going to have a few instances where players are going to have different amounts of cards. We got lucky though. We're one of the people that has 4. So there's 3 of us. 3 of us that have 4 cards, I believe. And then 2 of us only have. So a slight advantage to us there. Early turns, just kind of proceeding as standard. Nothing usually too exciting about these handful of moments, but it is what it is. So we're in the peacock position is where the game has randomly started us. Scarlet, right outside the ballroom. So nobody rolling enough to get into any place yet. Let's see if we can have some better luck. That should get us somewhere. Yeah, we get into the conservatory. So we'll be the first to make a guess. Nice clean sheet, and we're gonna go with, we'll choose ourselves. Tender. Little mustard hats. Okay. The nice thing is that this potentially gives us a 2-turn advantage here, because some of these players may not get into a room this time. Actually, everybody should. The only one that's really at risk is mustard. Plum in the billiard. Hyacinth, billiard stick, billiard room. Perfect. We have 2 of those cards. So now Hyacinth is a combination for us. We know that Colonel Mustard has. Always nice to be able to make an early capture. And also, both of the cards that we're aware of are Colonel Mustard cards. So we have him down. We have 2 of his cards now known to us of 4. So we're halfway there on him already. Pretty quick start to the game for that. Plum, billiard stick, hall. Okay, so that leaves the plum and the hall both open as possibles for us. So we have to leave that kind of a lot still could be happening. Wait for Hyacinth to roll the dice. Hyacinth rolls a 6. Is going to guess in the billiards room and is going to say herself with the mini revolver. So that means we have to reveal card. Not the worst, not the best. Scarlet's now in the ballroom. It says Hyacinth. Ah, man. So there's 2 of our cards exposed in one turn. Not ideal for us to continue kind of keeping our cards a secret the way that we would prefer to. But 'tis what it is. Okay. We can guess conservatory, guess ballroom, we can guess lounge. Let's go for the ballroom. In the ballroom, we are going to say mustard, and we are going to say the rotary. Because those are things that we know nothing about at this point, which we want to be the focus of our early inquiry. Or items that we know nothing about. Plum shows us the ballroom card though. So that eliminates the ballroom. Now we're in a nice position where the ballroom is an easy room to get in and out of because there's multiple entrances and exits. And so we can get to kitchen, which is I think where we're going to be headed now. Even though we have the kitchen card, the study we do not have. I'm going to depend on our role. Being useful there because we already are able to eliminate the meat tenderizer by our earlier guess. Colonel Mustard had showed us the same card, and we have to presume that he showed the same card there also, because it was just the most sensible thing to do. Okay. Colonel Mustard now deciding where to move. Finds his way into the library. Plum mini revolver library. So Plum has something to say about it. He could, in fact, have everything to say about that, because we've only eliminated one of his cards. But also, because of Hyacinth now not having Plum, we know that she does have the Hall, so that's another elimination for us. Peacock Meat Tenderizer Ballroom. Ballroom is had by Plum. Tenderizer is had by Mustard. So therefore we know Scarlet has Peacock. Getting lucky on some of those situations that are really helping us along here. Scarlet rotary phone ballroom. I don't think there's anything useful for us there. We're going to go to the dining room. We have no information about the dining room thus far. We have no information about Scarlet. We have no information about Silver Candelabra. So those are going to be our three choices. Mustard has Scarlet. So now Mustard's down to just one card left. So that's potentially helpful. So if Mustard shows a card now, we can eliminate all other cards but the three possibilities in that gas from his possession. Because we're four-handed. Except for Hyacinth and Scarlet, who are only playing with 3 cards. So that leaves Mustard. And Study is the only possibilities there, as we have Musket as an eliminator. So Hyacinth, Musket, Kitchen. So we're going to show the Musket card here because, again, I like to keep my rooms hidden for as long as possible. I think it's, you can ask about the Musket anywhere. Must be in the kitchen to ask about the kitchen. And so I think hiding that room plays most to our advantage. Nothing there that we can make an inference on. Probably anything that we could inference on would be a little presumptive. So let's see. Our turn. So we've got green. We move to the lounge. That's our most logical stop here. And in the lounge, we're going to say, so it's very likely that Plum is the killer. But we don't want that clue out there for granted. So we're going to instead go Mustard. And let's stick with the rotary phone. Hyacinth had mustard, so we can remove the study note here. So Hyacinth only has one other card, possibly. Well, must have one other card. There's one other card that she has that we've not yet discovered. Peacock Billiard Stick Lounge. Perfect. So that tells us that Hyacinth has the billiard stick, and by virtue of her being one of the 3 carded players, you know she has nothing else. So, I think we're close on 2 items. Rooms were still pretty open. Because yeah, if I were to be forced to make an accusation here, I would have to say Plum and the rotary phone. And now, well, I'm not gonna say that. There is. This is fair to say. There is a fair bit of pressure here on Miss Scarlet's cards. She's the only one left that can eliminate phone. And she has candelabra. So let's presume, well, we shouldn't presume. She has she has one card left. Mustard has one card left. So there's some tricky positions here in the characters portion. Because between Mustard and Scarlet, one of them must have a character card, and it will be their last card. So there's less pressure on Mustard than there is on Scarlet. I'm going to stay in the conservatory. I'm gonna guess green. We're gonna say, oh, I kind of don't want to say revolver. We're gonna say musket. So the conservatory is now the site of the murder. We know what all 3 of Miss Scarlet's cards are. So that means the phone. Oh, we have the answer. Because by virtue of eliminating green, We've eliminated all the other characters. Mustard cannot have that card. Yeah, we're ready to accuse. So it's Plum, the rotary phone in the conservatory. So unless we made a bad assumption somewhere, this is correct because we have everything else eliminated. Perfect. Yeah. So nice. Nice win for us there. Kind of able to do it the way that I prefer to do it, which is almost backing into an answer, staying away from a lot of positive answers that can take players that are totally off track and put them back on track.